Good morning, this is Onyabike Adventures. My name's Hawk, and today we are going to ride one of Vietnam's most exciting roads, one of the best roads for bikers that I know of in Asia, the Ho Chi Minh Road West. Now, the Ho Chi Minh Road West runs between Khe Sanh and Phong Nha. It's a total of 237 kilometers long, goes through remote areas, small hill tribe villages, lots of jungle, big mountains, and very low population, low traffic. It's really one of the best rides available in Vietnam. Onyabike Adventures takes a lot of our tours up and down this road, but we're also aware that a lot of people come to Vietnam and want to ride the bike without a tour. So I thought I'd produce a little guide to the Ho Chi Minh Road West from Khe Sanh up to Phong Nha, try and give you as much information as you can. Now, before we set off, I just want a quick note about preparing for this ride. It is a ride that will take you through very remote areas, very low traffic, low population. So you need to be prepared in case you have some sort of issue or problem. You're not going to see a lot of people passing by that can speak English, that can fix bikes, that can provide you with any sort of help and assistance. Once you're out on this road, you're most of the day on your own. So some of the things to talk about: obviously, if you're going to ride a motorbike in Vietnam, you need to have a motorbike license, but you need to be carrying that motorbike license with you. That's a motorbike license from your own country. You also will need to be carrying your international driver permit from your own country as well. But let's assume you've got that. What else do you want to take with you on this ride? It is very common in Vietnam to find that you get a puncture. And do you have any tools and spare parts with you? When Onyabike Adventures go on tour, we carry tubes and cables and clutch plates and chains and spark plugs and all manner of things. We have a full toolkit. Today we're using the saddlebags, which we've got here. On our larger group tours, we'll have a support van full of tools and parts, but anything breaks down on the road, we fix it on the road. Obviously, we're using brand new bikes. A lot of people riding in Vietnam will be using second-hand, so it's even more important for you guys. Take some tools, take some parts, make sure you know how to use them. Now, we don't like to think about it, but motorbike riding can be dangerous, and from time to time people do fall off. In the situation that should happen, got a first aid kit. Onyabike Adventures carry a full first aid kit. We've got everything that we could need for an emergency on the road. Again, larger group tours where we've got that support van, we also take a trained medic along on the tour as well. But if you're out on your own, take some sort of first aid kit, because if you fall off, even just a graze on your arm, you're not going to find a pharmacy around the corner. You could be driving all day before you get any sort of medical supplies. Seems fairly obvious, but water. You do need to carry water with you, particularly in the summer when it's super high humidity and high temperature. Take a lot of water. Majority of the day you're going to be out in the jungle with no one to sell you a bottle of water. Now, on this road, no matter what the weather looks like when you're in Khe Sanh or Phong Nha, it's really important you take a raincoat. We're going to go over 3 mountain passes. Very common, even in the nicest of days, to have a cloud at the top of that mountain. Take a raincoat with you. Onyabike Adventures uses Givey full rain suits, pants and jacket, but you know, even if you just take a $1 plastic poncho, it's better than nothing. Obviously, when we're on tour, we have a licensed tour guide with us, and again, sometimes a support van. But if you're out on your own, it's a good idea to make sure you've got a SIM card for Vietnam that will work out in the mountains. If you do have a problem, you haven't managed to sort it out on your own, you need to have someone you can call and a way of calling them. So get yourself a local SIM before you set off on this road. That is all I really need to tell you about preparation. Obviously, it's a great ride. You really should be hoping to do this ride if you're in Vietnam. One of the best roads for bikers that you'll find in Asia, but you need to be ready for it in case something does go wrong. So with that being said, let's make a start. The only way to do that is to shut up and get on your bike. So this is Khe Sanh town. So we're about to join the Ho Chi Minh West. There's a nice statue to commemorate the valiant soldiers who defeated the Americans at the Battle of Khe Sanh. So there's a statue, and at this statue we are officially on the Ho Chi Minh West Road, and we're going to follow the Ho Chi Minh West Road all the way up to Phong Nha National Park. We're actually going to make our first stop at the combat base, Ta Con Air Base, which was Khe Sanh Combat Base, the main marine base. The Americans built their marine base and Ta Con Air Base 17 kilometres away from the Laos Border, and of course the Battle of Khe Sanh, the Siege of Khe Sanh, all took place right here. So we'll visit the airbase, which is also a museum, have a look around, and then we'll continue up the Ho Chi Minh West Road. And there's a blue sign there as well, so you should be able to find it quite easily. You turn down this little laneway, and this is just a road to the airbase and museum. Okay, so just coming out of Khe Sanh, we've come to visit the Khe Sanh Combat Base. Very much worth a visit here. You've got a selection of old military vehicles. Over here you've got a C-130 sat right on the runway. You can come and get a selfie on the tanks. You are not supposed to climb on them, but everybody does. And most importantly, you've got the museum here. This triangular building is the museum, not just of Khe Sanh and the battle here, but a museum of the whole Route 9 and DMZ battles. What you're not going to find here is a lot of accurate, easy to understand information in English. So I would suggest before you come here, have a look online, find out what happened here. It's some really interesting history, because then you can match up the photos and the things you're seeing to the events that actually happened. So the Ho Chi Minh West Road was completed in 1979, so 40 years ago at the moment. The Ho Chi Minh Road in total was built between 1975 and 1979, so only 4 years to build somewhere towards 2,000 kilometres of sealed road through mountains. Done pretty much by hand, obviously some machinery, but mostly by hand. Of course, at that time it was mostly forced labour. All those who were fighting for the South would have been helping to build this road as part of their re-education process. So as you ride along the Ho Chi Minh Road West, one of the very useful things is the distance markers. The northern end of the Ho Chi Minh Road West is at Khe Gat, and all the distance markers heading north will give you a distance to Khe Gat. At the south end it will give you the distance to Huong Phung, but once you pass Huong Phung it's all Khe Gat. Huong Phung in particular is a useful place. Huong Phung has a hotel, so if you're running late and you're not going to make it to Khe Sanh before dark, you can get a hotel room at Huong Phung. It's about 25 kilometres north of Khe Sanh. But Huong Phung also has a fuel station, quite useful, whether you're heading north or south, to know where the fuel stations are. It has coffee shops, it has noodle shops, it has a motorbike mechanic. If you're riding a typical Vietnamese scooter, he would be able to help you with that. And as well as Huong Phung, there's other useful markers like Tang Ki, where there is also a fuel station. 3 roads that you can cut across connecting the Ho Chi Minh West Road to the Ho Chi Minh East Road. So if you were finding you were running far too slow, or you had bike problems, or the weather was just absolutely terrible, and you wanted to take an easier, quicker, perhaps less rainy route, you could pick one of those 3 roads going across. One of my favourite places to stop is here at this waterfall. We're around the kilometre 166 mark. You've got this beautiful waterfall behind me, and you're right out in the middle of thick jungle. Really quiet, really peaceful. You can sort of feel at one with nature. I can hear a few birds. But yeah, really beautiful place to take a stop. So around about kilometre 162, you'll find yourself at the top of Bai Dan mountain pass. At the very top here, you'll be around 900 metres high, and very likely find yourself in a cloud and rather damp, which is exactly what I find today. So here's one of those roads that connects to the Ho Chi Minh East, so not going to take that today. But if you were in trouble, or the weather was terrible, or you felt ill, or your bike was having problems, around a kilometre 144 is one of those routes. So if you're heading north, that's the first one you've come to. If you're heading south, that's the last option to escape the Ho Chi Minh West Road. So when you get to kilometre 133, you'll be at Tang Ki Junction. Now, the junction here gives you the second of those access roads down to the Ho Chi Minh East. So again, useful if you want to get off the Ho Chi Minh West. But it also gives you a couple of restaurants. There's one we've just been past there. They do chicken rice, and it also gives you a fuel station. So at kilometre 81 you get to this bridge. This is the Xin Xin Bridge, and this is the third of those connecting roads. So if you turn right at the end of the bridge, you can cut down to the Ho Chi Minh East Road. You'll come out very near to Dong Hoi City. We've got nothing wrong, we've got beautiful weather, so we're definitely carrying on straight. And as soon as we get past this bridge, we're going to start to climb Ubo Mountain. This is a really exciting bit of road, and if you have got good weather and you've got enough time, don't miss out on Ubo Mountain. At kilometre 20, we get to the Tra Ang Crossroads. At Tra Ang Crossroads, the Victory Road 20 crosses the Ho Chi Minh Road West. Victory Road 20 coming straight out of Phong Nha and heading west into Laos, which was during the war how the troops would head south to get behind the DMZ. We have a choice at this point to continue straight ahead on Ho Chi Minh Road West and finish the road, or we can take the shorter and quicker route into Phong Nha, which is what we're going to do today. We're going to head down to Phong Nha Farmstay, spend the night there, and then tomorrow we will come back and explore the national park. So tomorrow we will finish the Ho Chi Minh Road West. So a few kilometres down Victory Road 20, you'll go past the Botanic Gardens. That's one of the attractions that you can go and visit while you're in Phong Nha. This is Phong Nha town, or Son Trac town. Quite a lot of tourism here now. Almost every building is either a restaurant or a hotel or a homestay. Still just the one road, just keep going along this one road, you see everything in the whole town. Now it's the following day, but I wanted to complete the Ho Chi Minh West Road. So this is kilometre 0, where the Ho Chi Minh West Road meets the Ho Chi Minh East Road and becomes just the one Ho Chi Minh Road. A small monument there, nothing to stop at. So we're at kilometre 0 here, and we're now heading south, and we'll just finish this last 20 kilometres and go back to Tra Ang Bridge. And then if you're trying to use this video as a guide, you can work it out quite easily. But what we do on our tours is we get into Phong Nha Farmstay, and then we've got a free day where we can ride around the national park and explore all the different features, attractions, caves, interesting things that there are to see here. So at around kilometre 11, maybe 11 and a half, we get to the official entrance to Phong Nha Kabang National Park. You've got a boom gate here. Now it's free entry, you don't need to stop and pay, and they'll either keep this barrier open for us, or if you get here when it wasn't already open, it'll be left slightly open enough that you can pass through underneath by ducking your head. Now on the left there you'll see the zip line that you can ride across the river, the Chai Lap River, down to the dark cave. So if you want to have a bit of an adventure, zip line across the river, climb up a muddy embankment, go into the dark cave. Obviously you have to pay and have a guide, you can't just do it on your own, but a really fun experience. It's not ideal for on a motorbike tour, you get very, very muddy, but a lot of fun anyway. So at kilometre 16 you have the Paradise Cave, and that's where we are here. We're going to take a stop going to the Paradise Cave, and from kilometre 16 back to kilometre 21 at the Tra Ang Bridge is some beautiful scenery. I'm not going to say much about that bit, so I'll come and finish the video at the Paradise Cave. Wow, what a ride. That was the Ho Chi Minh Road West. Absolutely fantastic. One of the best rides in Vietnam. If you guys are coming to Vietnam and planning to do a bike trip, you should make that a priority on your trip. If you want to ride the Ho Chi Minh Road West, Onyabike Adventures do that on a lot of our tours. We actually have tours all throughout Vietnam, north, centre and south. A lot of those will go Khe Sanh to Phong Nha or Phong Nha to Khe Sanh. We actually have tours for all types of riders. We also have tours for pillions. If you can't ride and you still want to have the adventure, you can sit on the back with one of our staff. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you found it helpful. If you have enjoyed it, please leave me a like. And if you want to know more about Vietnam, you love motorbikes, or you just need to see more of me, all you've got to do is subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching. Time for me to shut up and get on your bike.